What if you walked outside and there were two suns in the sky? Twice the light, twice the heat. No real night. Would Earth become a paradise or completely unlivable? This might sound like science fiction, but planets with two suns actually exist. They're called binary star systems, and they're more common than you might think. So what would actually happen if Earth suddenly had a second sun? First, the sky would look completely different. Instead of one bright sun, you'd see two moving across the sky. Sometimes they might appear close together, and other times far apart. Sunrises and sunsets would last longer and look far more intense. It would probably be beautiful, but also a bit unsettling. And here's where things get strange. There might not be a true night anymore. Depending on how the two suns move, one could set while the other is still shining. That means darkness could become rare, or even disappear entirely. Now let's talk about temperature, because this is where things start to get serious. Even one sun already controls Earth's entire climate. Adding a second one would push temperatures much higher. The planet would heat up quickly, ice caps would begin to melt, sea levels would rise, and many regions could become too hot to live in. But the bigger problem isn't just the heat, it's how unpredictable everything would become. If the two suns moved differently in the sky, temperatures wouldn't stay consistent. Some days could be extremely hot, while others might be slightly cooler, depending on how much light each sun is giving off. Nights wouldn't cool things down like they do now, making it even harder for the planet to recover from the heat. With all that extra heat, the weather would become much more extreme. Warmer air holds more energy, which means stronger storms, more powerful hurricanes, and unpredictable weather patterns. Wind systems would shift, rainfall could become inconsistent, and entire regions might face drought, while others deal with constant storms. Deserts could expand, forests could dry out, and ecosystems would struggle to keep up with the rapid changes. So what about life on Earth? Humans might be able to survive, but it wouldn't be easy. We'd need to adapt quickly, better cooling systems, different ways of growing food, and probably changes to how we live day to day. Cities might shift their activity to cooler hours, if those even exist anymore. Animals and plants would have a much harder time. Many species depend on the cycle of day and night to survive. With constant light and higher temperatures, those natural rhythms would be disrupted. Some species might adapt over time, but many wouldn't be able to keep up. Entire ecosystems could collapse or completely change into something unrecognizable. But could a two-sun Earth ever actually work? Surprisingly, yes, under the right conditions. If the two suns were positioned far enough apart and Earth orbited in a stable path, it might be possible to maintain a balance. Scientists have already discovered planets in binary star systems that could potentially support life, but those planets would still be very different from Earth as we know it. The skies would look unfamiliar, the environment would be more extreme, and life would have to adapt in ways we can barely imagine. So would having two suns be amazing or a disaster? It might look incredible, but the reality would be much harsher. Extreme heat, chaotic weather, and a planet constantly struggling to stay stable. Earth as we know it wouldn't exist anymore, and honestly, we're probably better off with just one sun.